You've probably seen somewhere online that Death Valley's rocks are supposedly able to move, and that is actually true. If you visit some parts of Death Valley, you'll be able to see that there are some big rocks with tracks, slight tracks left behind. These tracks are actually surprisingly long, and what is it that causes these rocks to move? Well, one of the popular older hypotheses is that there was wind and ice, a combination of these two factors, and this was very close to being correct, though not fully correct. So the hypothesis goes is that in the winter, a sheet of ice will form over the valley floor. And with fairly strong winds, the rocks may be able to be propelled across this sheet of ice. And this sounds pretty reasonable. And like I said, it was pretty close to what it actually was. But then in 2013, they held a large research project at the site of the moving rocks, and they attached GPS trackers to the rocks, and also they observed these rocks for a long time directly to be able to actually know what causes the movement. And well, they found it was somewhat close to the original hypothesis. Basically, there were little ponds of water, slight ponds of water that would last for a very short time in the winter there. And sometimes during colder nights, the ponds would freeze over, creating thin sheets of ice. And it was on these thin sheets of ice that the rock would go, going across the ponds and propelled by light winds. This was basically how the rocks were able to move across the valley floor. So the original hypothesis was pretty close. It is related to ice and wind, but not exactly correct.